Welcome everyone to another week of MotoUSA TV. Stock motorcycles just don't go any faster than the Suzuki Hayabusa. We slam the perennial hypersport bike heavyweight with a new challenger. BWW's K1300S in a head-to-head comparison of massive horsepower and mind-numbing speed.
All right, the Suzuki Hayabusa 1300. It's really hard to say a whole lot more about that bike that hasn't already been said. It's been the flagship leader of the hyper sport bike market for 10 years now, and there's a good reason why.
Once again, the Busa proved to be the baddest thing on the streets. With handling characteristics the Beamer just can't match. But what it gives up in the twisties, the big K-Series sport bike makes up for in comfort and class.
Our biggest complaint with the K1300S would be...
Read the full comparison review online now. Few motorcycles can evict a motorcyclist's emotion like a Ducati. The Italians designed bikes with arguably the most passion, soul, and sex appeal of any manufacturer. Ducati's Street Fighter motard combination is epitomized with the Hypermotard 1100 EVO model. We're sampling the Naked Duck in Arizona for a first ride impression. A 1078cc motor stuffed into a 379-pound package ought to make those desert roads worth the trip. And don't worry, we'll share all of our findings on Monday, February 1st on MotorcycleUSA.com. Remember those ultra-fast hyperbikes we were talking about? Well, it is possible to go faster on two wheels if you're willing to modify a bike. And there's no one better at doing that than Denis Manning. The creator of the Bub 7 Streamliner is the current record holder for the world's fastest motorcycle at 367.3 miles per hour. We got a chance to meet the Bonneville legend during the Easy Rider Bike Show in Sacramento. Manning spoke to our cruiser editor about the quest to break the 400-mile-per-hour barrier on two wheels.
There's never been two wheels go 400 miles an hour, and that's been the quest. We are going so fast. Air is so dense that it's crazy. Yeah. People talk about a really bad tornado. You know what it'll do to a car. You know, you've seen what it'll do to a tree. It's a remarkable amount of energy. So what we're trying to do is go at it a little bit at a time.
We took a spin with Ty Davis and Kyle Redmond on Husqvarna's new cross-country racer, the 2010 TXC250. The fuel-injected motor packs a good punch, and the chassis is extremely nimble and light. Our testers varied in skill, but the TXC impressed everyone by emerging as a top prospect in the 250F Enduro class. The first ride report and video are available now. Nobody likes to change old dirt bike tires, and we're constantly trying to find a better way to get new treads spooned on. There are a million different tricks, but the one constant is the need for the proper tools. Zip Tie Racing makes a whole line of high-quality tire changing hardware. So we asked Ty Davis to give us a rundown on the necessary components for making this nasty chore as painless as possible.
We have these tire irons that we have come up with. These here are for changing, we use these for doing tubes. Most people like these. They always think more leverage is better. We actually developed these for changing mousses and not for tires, but this seems to be the #1 seller. Everybody wants more leverage. Having a nice big wide spoon, that makes the whole trick in getting it in the tire, because it's hard when the bead is up trying to dig it in. And a lot of them are really thick and blunt, and you fight that all the time. We made this out of aluminum for the fact that you can take a hammer and beat on it when you're doing mousses.
Check out Motorcycle USA and search for tire changing tools to watch the video. Last week at Anaheim 2, the Supercross racing finally eased up on its crazy action. James Stewart showed up at Angel Stadium still hurting from his crash fest at Phoenix. The San Manuel Yamaha rider jumped out to an early lead, but the reigning champ was obviously feeling the effects and couldn't hold his usual pace, allowing teammate Josh Hill and Rockstar Makita Suzuki's Ryan Dungey to slip past. Dungey would go on to win his second in a row and extend his championship points lead to 15. Stewart is back in 5th and has his work cut out for him at round 4 in San Francisco, Saturday, January 30th. The Lights class continues its green streak, with Jake Weimer now 3 for 3 on his Monster Pro Circuit Kawasaki. His main competition, Ryan Morris, had bad luck at Anaheim when Phil Nicoletti landed on him, putting the Suzuki rider out of action in this weekend's Bay Area brawl. Honda riders Will Hahn and Trey Kennard are trying to mount a charge, but the 250 class is under Weimer's boot heel for the time being. Thanks for watching MotoUSA TV. Be sure to catch all of the racing coverage on MotorcycleUSA.com this weekend. And watch for our next batch of complete bike tests, gear reviews, and in-depth editorials. We'll see you next week.